All right, what's going on? I just wanted to give y'all an update on my kayak. Actually, I don't even think y'all knew I had a kayak. It's the Lost Creek joint. It's the same thing as the Mako, I think it is. They're getting bit up by mosquitoes. Yeah, anyway, it's the big one. It's the bigger Lost Creek. Lost Creek is a Sportsman's Warehouse brand. But so I had the pedal drive. Can y'all see that? I had the pedal drive on it and everything. I'll give you a quick look at it. Yeah, just your typical pedal drive kayak. You got your pedals. Obviously, you got to have fishing string wrapped all around your pedals. And typical milk crate from the convenience store. Yeah, everything I do, if you know me, it's going to be like for the low. You know what I'm saying? I generally don't spend a whole lot of money on like what I'm doing. So I mounted a trolling motor on here, and it's ghetto fabulous. You know what I'm saying? This the hood way. Ghetto fabulous, homie. This is more like the prototype. I still gotta do some little getting together to get it together. You know what I'm saying? Cut some of this wood or whatever. So if you can see this bar, I don't know what this bar is called, but I had it laying around. You know what I'm saying? It's got holes in it already. What I done was I cut the sides of it off. And the sides I use to go down the kayak for support to hold it up. So it's sitting on that, and at the same time, it's sitting on the what do you call this thing? The steering thing, the steering mechanism for the pedal drive. And I ran a bolt through the bottom of it, and on the back I got an L bracket, a L brace. I don't be knowing what this stuff be called either, but I got an L brace. So boom and under. So there's a screw holding it from the bottom, and then I got screws going all the way through to the other side. And I got this. What is this? Like a 1x1? I don't know what that is. I'm telling you, I don't be knowing what this stuff be called. I just be doing stuff. So whatever this is, a 1x1, sounds right. It's a square. I got it sitting in the middle of two of these. Now I can't remember what size these are, so it might be like a 1/4 or a 5/16 or whatever. I got the locking washers on top of a washer, you know what I'm saying, behind that nut right there. And I didn't run washers through the back of it because the hole was small enough for that. So on the brace, how I got it braced down, I just drilled holes in the side of this that I cut off. I cut that side off and I ran it down this side. Same thing on that side. And then the bottom of it, that's right there, I use that to attach it to holes that were already in the kayak. It had a handle right there. So it had a hole here and a hole here to hold the handle. I just took the handle off and I screwed those back in there with washers. So that holds it. Up here, I got another piece of that bottom part that came off. So boom, I used that and connected it to PVC. This is what, 1/2 inch. So like I put a washer on here, and I think this might be a 1/4 or a 3/16 or something like that. Going through there, washer on the bottom, bolted down. These I probably should have used um, a bigger right angle. That way it wouldn't squeak or whatever. But I tried to leave it loose. And then I put washers on both sides so it don't twist my nut right here. So that turns, and all the rest of it I got glued in. So that goes to a right angle that comes down, 1/2 inch PVC pipe, And then this is a 3/4 T to a half. So the half goes into here, and then it turns into a 3/4, and then it runs down. This is a 3/4, one long PVC pipe that's 3/4 of an inch. On this, I believe this is a full inch to a full inch T. And then in the second rod holder that comes pre-made on the or that comes, on the Kayak, it's got the same thing, a 1/2 to a 1/2 T. So then what happens is when I move this forward, it's going to turn me right. So it turns the propeller to the left, which is going to turn the Kayak right. Same thing like on the trolling motor pedal. You know what I'm saying? When you push it forward, you're going to go to the right. When you push it back, you're going to go to the left. So it's the same thing. When you move this back, it turns the propeller to the right, which is going to, in return, turn the Kayak to the left. So that right there, I took the head off and mounted it up here. I took the head off and mounted it to, this is one of those mounts that your flag goes on a Kayak, your orange flag that lets people, your safety flag or whatever. So I just popped that bottom out of it, flipped it over backwards, drilled a hole in it so my wires could come down and out into my battery. So, and then I put a fitting, just a regular fitting, a straight fitting for the 1/2 inch PVC, and then that fit right into the head of this trolling motor. And then I drill holes in it, and it's kind of a hassle because those wires coming down, you gotta squeeze them down in there and then get them to part. And I can't really give you a good way to do that. You just gotta keep messing with it until you get it through there, but don't drill a hole in your wires. So drill your hole before you put your wires through there, if you know what I'm saying. I mean, that might be common sense, but I mean, just trying to get stuff done, it's easy to mess up. It's easy to make little careless mistakes. And I ran the trolling motor. So out of here, where I took the head off, obviously I put a cap for a 3/4 inch. I think this is a 3/4 inch. No, this is that's a 3/4 inch cap. This is for a 3/4 inch PVC pipe. And I put that on top and just drilled a hole in that spider. Drilled a hole in that so that don't come off. I cut the wires on top of that ran to the head of that PVC. I cut the wires that ran to the head of the trolling motor, and I spliced wires back to it, and then I ran my wire through the hollow, through the inside of the Kayak. And how I did that was I just opened up this hatch and I grabbed something. It was a little flimsy thing, but it was like a stick. I don't know where it came from, but you could probably use, like, I don't know, something long that'll fit up in there, and tape it to the top, tape your wires to the top, and then push it through the Kayak, and then go back to the back hatch and stick your hand down there and find it and pull it through. And I got a hole right here as well. So obviously I put my hand down in here and ran the wire out of this hole into this hole up into here. And the wires that run to the battery it's still the same wires that would have been coming out of the kayak anyway. So you'll see the wires on the inside of that head. It'll be the same wires that you cut from that neck, and then you run it to there. And now that's mounted, I don't have to keep like reaching behind me. Like I don't have to be here reaching behind me and trying to do all of this, you know what I'm saying, to like steer the kayak. Like it's not fun at all. And then at first I was like, I reach behind me to turn it on, and then I'd have this little steering stick right here to steer. But at the same time, that's still annoying, like reaching behind me. So I wanted to take this off and put it here. So now I can just turn it on from here and it get to moving. Forward, it get to moving. We good. This is a 55-pound thrust, 55-pound, you know, so everything is from the front now. Nothing's in the way, easy going. I wanted to leave this steering mechanism, this tail. I wish I knew what that's called. Why do I not know what it's called? I don't know. But I wanted to leave that connected just in case something goes wrong with my battery while I'm out with my trolling motor. I can just pop my my pedal drive right back in there, and then I can still steer from here, you know. So it's just a little modification, another little modification I made to my kayak. I be trying to save money. Basically, I like to spend my money on tackle. I spend my money on like fishing stuff, if you know what I mean. Like that's just me though. I mean, eventually, you know what I'm saying, I'll probably redo it, or I'm sure I get another kayak. But here lately, I've been working on this John boat here. It's a mess, but that's a whole nother video. But yeah, like this video, subscribe, turn your notifications on, because I'll be right back with another video. We'll get to this John boat. But yeah, like, subscribe, turn your bell notifications on, and I get back with y'all on the next one. Peace out.